we are at the moment in a cycle of life where everybody, if you're just a little bit aware, you can feel something is shifting. Some people are not willing to maybe adapt to the change. Some people are not strong enough to adapt to the change. Some people don't know how to put it into practice in order to go with the change. It is my perspective. There will come the time, and it's not going to take long, where a natural separation is going to take place, a natural separation. The ones that are able to read the signs, that are able to go with what is happening, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing to us, they will move on to another world. They will move on to another area, to another cycle of us humans being right now here on the earth. And other people that are unwilling, unable, maybe incapable of adapting to the coming changes. It is simple like this. They will stay with the old world, which is about to end. That's the message. That's all what this is about. An old era is about to come to an end. A new era is about to come. This is worldwide happening. It's happening inside our monastery. It's happening inside of me.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunabku Evam Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunabku Evam Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunabku Evam Maya E Maho.
Just different. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies.
All right, in Lakesh Alakin, welcome to Synchronistic Talk, or we call it Sync Talk. I am delighted to be here. My name is Neb Taharka Kanish Kawak, and I expect to provide a message today that I think will really enhance your understanding of where we are and some of the things that we're looking to participate in to advance us and to help us evolve in a very dynamic way. So I'm very excited about the time that we're in. We're actually in a new time. When I talk about that, we have really shifted into, whether you know it or not, from the information age into the telepathic age of our experience. So let's go ahead and get started with what we got going on. Who are we? We are a progressive group of individuals, of cosmic beings that are highly intelligent, intuitive, telepathic, and laser beam focused on evolving throughout the journey of remembrance to fulfill our galactic purpose. Now, this journey of remembrance, it goes into a story about the type of memory that we can tap into within our own mind, within the back of our brain here in our cerebellum. And so scientists say we have over 100 million years of memory stored back there, 100 plus million. Are you hearing me? Are y'all? Those that are listening, if you're hearing me, I need you to feel me with that. Now, here's the thing that's a challenge. Because of smartphones and computers and technology, I would guess that we're not even accessing 100 of the 100 million years. So the key is that we access through that memory greater states of consciousness so we can do more dynamic and more powerful things in the body. The problem for society of that is that these type of individuals that have access to this and know how to use it are self-governed. So this is not something that's going to be promoted, because those who practice self-governance doesn't need anyone to govern their mental. Ashe? All right, Ashe. So it's a journey, because if we're not using 100 to 200 years of 100 plus million year database of knowledge of different states of consciousness, then that means that we have not even scratched the surface of the potential. In fact, I would go as far to say we haven't tapped into 1/1,000,000th of our potential yet. Now, I want you to let that sink in for a moment. 1/1,000,000th? What if I'm right? What if what I'm saying is correct? And we could tap into this memory, and then with a snap of a finger or a blink of an eye or a few minutes of focus, we can change our energy field, our frequency, and change what's showing up in our life instantaneously. Well, I'm telling you, the more rooted that we get in this ideology, the more focus we get, the more faculties of the brain and the mind we can use, the more effective that we're going to be on planet Earth. So it's very exciting to be introduced to something like this. Now, who are we? We are the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. So this is an online-based school based in Atlanta, founded in July of 2023. So just a little bit over a year old right now. And in looking at this, we accept students worldwide. So your geography doesn't determine whether or not that you can qualify for courses. It's your desire to evolve. And so currently we're offering 12 courses. Some of them are relevant around the law of time and its relationship to nature. And that affects our mind. And the whole mind concepts to help us improve our self-image and what? Access our cosmic memory. Okay. And so we also are going to be pushing forward with some very powerful economic initiatives for small businesses with this particular mindset. So we're on the brink of something that's absolutely phenomenal. The power of evolved consciousness. Listen to what it says. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. But in order to correct your mind, we must change our ideal of what time is. Time is not a mechanical clock. It's not a calendar. Time, I want you to view it in this sense, is the evolution of consciousness. That's what time is. And so when you look at time, you can say, how much have I evolved consciousness in this space? And if you haven't, and you can't, you may want to change spaces, right? You may want to change spaces because, again, time is the evolution of consciousness in space, which means it's what we create, not what we capitalize on. So time is not money from this perspective. Time is the evolution of consciousness. So as I said earlier, we're shifting from the information age into the telepathic age of our experience. Now, why is telepathy so prominent? Well, it's the same way. We ooh and ah over ChatGPT. We ooh and ah at how the algorithms work for YouTube and for Facebook and for IG, TikTok. But there's something even more sophisticated. Instead of algorithms, the powers of synchronicity helps you access deeper memories and the memories help you access greater states of consciousness. And then not only can you do that, see, Google and YouTube and IG and TikTok and Facebook, they can only do it on a computer. You can do it in real life. And so telepathy has value because just think about an ideal coming to you very quickly. And nothing's more powerful, write this down, than the ideal whose time has come. And so time now with the evolution of consciousness, this ideal of being more telepathic beings is the introduction to time travel, is the introduction to being evolved as a species. And so we're either going to devolve into becoming a computer, like the computers that we actually depend on, or we're going to evolve into the synchronistic human, into the superhuman, where we're able to access more of these mind programs than you ever thought in your entire life. Now, who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to think faster? And I'll tell you, I know some people, they're going to let what they don't know stop them from what they do know. Let me tell you what you do know. If you were going to pick a computer, you would not pick the one that has the least amount of memory and the slowest processing speed. You know why? Because you wouldn't be able to download as many pictures. You wouldn't be able to stream with this gaming industry. And there's a ton of things that you wouldn't be able to do. So now flip that into your brain and your mind. Imagine if you're able to do what you do with memory from a computer. Oh, I need more memory because I take a lot of pictures. Or I need more memory because I got to stream, or I got to have a stronger hotspot, and this, that, and the other. But the hottest spot is your brain and your power to process consciousness and access your memories so that you can be more conscious and aware and more dynamic in your physical experience on this planet. Now, do you think somebody wants you to know how to do that? You think they're going to create an institution? The government wants to govern your mental. They want to control your life. And so do you think they're going to show you how to do that so you can show them how much they can't control your life? It ain't going to happen. And so if you understand and understand and overstand what I'm telling you, evolution is the solution. So this is going to happen with or without us. This shift is happening. So those of us are going to say, oh, it's too much. It's too hard. I don't know if I can do it. And we're just now making our transition off the planet. Or those of you that are here for this transition, and you know you're here for this, you're going to say, I wish it would have came sooner. I wish I would have found out about it sooner. I can't believe I feel like I'm late to this. Well, I'll tell you, right on time. Okay, you just missed 8 years of growing pains of trying to formulate this so people can integrate it in their life. You believe me, you're good. You're not late at all. You're right in time, right? So let's go ahead and move forward. Whoever owns your time owns your mind. So these artificial calendrical systems, right, that we follow programs us to be, I call it reductionism, to be less than God, to be less than we really are. Change your mind and change your time. Change your mind and change your what? world. Whose world is it? It's your world to change, because this world and this experience is a holographic projection of your mind. All right. And so a lot of people are going to say, that sounds great. I'll get to it 2 years from now. I'll get to it 2 months from now. I'll get to it when I get my money right. I'll get to it when this. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. I like this one. I got to get my ducks in a row. Those duckies never get in a row. They never get in a row. So what you need to do is you need to get an accelerator, right? How many times, how long y'all been trying to get them duckies in a row? How many decades have you been trying to get them duckies in a row with part of a brain that's controlled? The logic and reasoning is controlled by an agency that doesn't want you to be able to break out of this matrix. Well, I'm going to get my money right. It's not your money. It's not your money. So let me tell you, consciousness and frequency is the new currency. Frequency equals currency. So how do you know? Whatever you frequently think about shows out currently in your life. That's the currency. So if you don't like the currency, don't roll on the floor like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old. Say, wait a minute, I need to make a shift in me to raise my vibration and my frequency and have a new projection so I can create a different currency or a different reality in my life. I say. So the solution, family, is to what? Evolve, not revolve. It's not revolution. We don't want to switch place with people who oppress people or enslave people. We want to evolve beyond the whole system to shift the consciousness of the entire planet, all the species on the planet. Why not? It's available. It's available, right? So the solution is to evolve. Okay, so we're working on Ken. Today is Ken 66, letting go of the past. And to let go of the past, I also have a really good topic, right? The topic is that with opportunities, right? Some people think they need money. Now, what you need to do is find the opportunity. And guess what? If you can't find an opportunity, you can create one. So that requires you to end old cycles that's blocking new opportunities. So you got to take a step back if things are not going the way you want to go. You want it to go. And say, what old opportunities, what old habits, what things are blocking me from being able to move into these new opportunities? These new things that I think I will thrive in, these new things that I will be fulfilled in. Because think about it. Here's something else you know. Most people, right? 75% of people that get degrees don't work in their field of study. And then 75% of those people are unfulfilled at their jobs. And here's another statistic. 9 out of 10, I'll tell you this, 90 out of 100 businesses fail in their first 5 years. So that after 5 years, out of 100 companies, there's only 10 left in 5 years. In 10 years, out of those 10 that's left, there's only 1 left. So you have a 1% chance of being able to build a business 10 years. So what does that mean? That means we got to work on ourselves. We got to work on our skills. And some of those skills are leadership skills. Some of them are computer skills. Some of them are team building skills, right? So we can have something called sustainability. But many of us put ourselves in a position to fail. And tonight is about positioning for you to win by betting on you. So we need to end old cycles that block new opportunities. And in order to do this, you got to what? You got to let go of the past. I know we got our claw marks in it because that's the story that we build. That's the story that we tell everybody. But it's time to get rid of that old story that's keeping you from excelling. And you need to now create some new stories with new opportunities. All right. So I want to talk really quickly about what we do at the school. So we study and teach the essence of the 13 moon calendar. And in teaching that, we realize that there's a conflict because we've been programmed the majority of our life, whether we know it or not. So there's always a conflict between the programming, what you're comfortable with, and the power of synchronicity that's going to help you be uncomfortable so you can grow. Right? Then there's another concept, the law of time. So the law of time, right, is based on the 1320 frequency. That's the frequency of nature. The law of artificiality is based on the 1260 frequency, the 12-month calendar and the 60-minute clock. So by studying the law of time, you will strengthen your creativity. But here's the challenge. We've been programmed to be consumers. So we have to produce creativity over consumerism if we want to advance in that area. And I'll tell you something that I realize. You got to do it at a pace faster than your bills and the challenges come at you, or they'll overrun you and they'll knock you back so you won't even be able to practice these evolutionary concepts. Okay? The hollow mind perceiver is an advanced technique. So people who are advanced love this, right? This is the power of the infinite mind waves. And here it is, the science behind telepathy and extrasensory perception. Now, you wouldn't believe that we've been teaching this for 8 years now. 20 consecutive semesters we've been doing this, and it's based on the law of holonomy, which means we're systems inside a larger system. So the blood cells in my body are part of the what? The circulatory system. The circulatory system is part of the body. The body is part of the biosphere of the earth, right? So for the cells to say I'm not part of the body is a misaligned cell or malignant cell. Are you a malignant cell on planet Earth? You see, energetically, the Earth is just another version of ourselves. The cell is just another body, another version of ourselves. And we all connected to the nucleus and the brain of everything energetically. And consciousness travels through plasma. So when you realize this, you can use this plasma and this processing power to access more memory, just like a computer. And what happens when you access more memory? You get to do more sophisticated things in the computer system. You get to do more sophisticated things in the body. You get to start doing supernatural things with your body and with your mind. And so that's what we're talking about here. All right. So the 13 moon calendar is 13 moons and each moon is 28 days. It's synonymous with the female reproduction system. So anything that I talk about, if you question it, and I questioned it, but here's what I found out. Everything that I talk about, I can find it in the body. You see? And so if everything that I talk about cosmically, I can find it in the body and I can find it through nature, then it's real. If I can't, then it's made up. And isn't it time for us to figure out these made up systems? Because these made up systems are creating blockages that's not allowing us to advance ourselves. All right. So we're in what we call the blue rhythmic storm year of self-generation. Now, the rhythmic tone deals with organization, right? Balance and equality. So what happens is we're in a leap year. If you want to turn it into a quantum leap year for you in your finances, if you want to turn it into a quantum leap year with your creativity, if you want to turn it into a quantum leap year with your health, then you must understand that in this leap year, you want to practice these concepts. Okay, we're in the lunar Scorpion moon of challenge, and the challenge is to remember. And once we remember, it becomes our gift. We're in the third week or heptad, where patience transforms conduct. Somebody on here today lost their patience. I don't even have to know that to do. And here is a statement right here that if you may have saw this, if somebody went off on their child, somebody went off on their spouse, somebody went off on their boss at work, somebody went off on a client, Somebody done went off on somebody on the street. Where patience transformed your conduct because now we're able to let the universe do what it does so you can do what you need to do. All right, this moon asks a question. What is my challenge? You can't get wealthy. You can't get right without a little challenge. The problem is everybody wants it easy, but they don't want to take responsibility for what's required at that level. What's my challenge? And if you really are a driven person, if you really are serious about what you're serious about, then you'll say, how can I challenge myself to get to this? You won't ask a question, you'll create a challenge for yourself. Just like if you can't find an opportunity, you create an opportunity. You can't find, well, I need something to challenge me. What's going to challenge? Because through challenge comes strength. Through strength comes confidence. And through confidence and strength and consistency creates mastery. So what is my challenge? And if you're waiting too long, 5 minutes come, you can't think of no challenge, then let me create a challenge so I can improve myself, so I can access this memory, so I can go where no man, so I can go where no woman has ever gone before in this experience, in this body. All right, the plasma. So on the 13 moon calendar, we call them plasmas. We don't call them days because we're not in the weekdays, right? The plasma is Limi, which is the 20th position out of the 28 days. It is connected to the solar plexus chakra. So when it comes to what we're going to talk about today, to bring in new opportunities, you got to be focused on new opportunities. But how you going to do that? Focus on your trauma from the old ones that didn't do what you thought they were going to do. Okay. Now, some of this is new, this jargon, but we walk you through this so that you can have a language that's incorruptible. Think about it. How easy is it going to be to corrupt or something we call plasma, or somebody try to tell us that we in the days, and we like, it's not working. We're not in the days. You're not weak either. No, we don't focus on the weak end. We focus on the strong end. Okay. All right. So we're programming ourselves for evolution versus being programmed by systems to be less than 10% of what we could be. All right. So here we are, and we can look, this is what the calendar looks like. It's really, we call it a synchronometer. So you can see where it says 20, and God bless those from 9/11. We know that was a horrific time back in 9/11. And I tell you, just take a moment in silence for those who experienced that and lost loved ones during that time. We definitely want to do that. All right. Okay. So we can go back to that time now in our memories, and we can remember that, and we can appreciate where we are and where we're headed. But as you can see, we are also not only on the 20th plasma, we are also on kin number 66. And this picture is the archetype that's giving us a message on kin 66. Let's look into it. So the message is from the archetype kin 66, which is the white magnetic world bridger. So I'll tell you, white means to refine. Magnetic, we know what that means, to attract. And the world bridger deals with death, ending old cycles and creating new cycles. Death is an egoless state. Death is also the knowledge of life. So let's look at what the affirmation says. I unify in order to equalize, attracting opportunity. I seal the store of death. So I'm remembering how to store something. You got to remember that death is to end cycles that don't support our evolution. So a lot of us are holding on. We're hoarders. We got baggage from the past that's slowing us up, right? I seal the store of death with the magnetic tone of what? Purpose. Purpose, write this down, is the strongest power in the whole entire universe. Without purpose, nothing would exist. So everything that you experience, good, bad, happy, or sad, has a purpose. And the purpose is for what? I'm going to tell you this. It's for your remembrance. It's to trigger your memory into a more dynamic thought process and more intelligence to be able to remember who you are, that you're God in the body. And it says, I am guided by the store of death, my own power double. Now we say this, we're trained to say this 3 times, to affirm it in our mind and our heart and to radiate that through the cosmos. So we're going to say it 2 more times with it. I unify in order to equalize, attracting opportunity. I seal the store of death with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by the store of death, my own power double. 1 more time to lock it in. I unify in order to equalize, attracting opportunity. I seal the store of death with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by the store of death, my own power double. So the purpose of storing the ideal or the consciousness of death is not to die a morbid death. It's to end the cycles that we become attached to and that's now traumatizing us 10 years, 20 years. I still can't get over not making the basketball team in high school. And so people are always looking past me for promotions. People are always looking past me for relationships. People are always doing this, that, and the other. So that is some trauma from the past that we need to end that cycle because that is not your truth. That's not your truth. So let's look at what it says about the world bridger, or what we call the Hierophant. All right. It states that I am the Hierophant, coded by the white world bridger. 6 is organic balance. 6 is my number, the root of the cube. I am the great equalizer, restoring balance to all worlds. The sacred order of all dimensions illumines my being. For I am the master of the arts of deathlessness. Did you know that deathlessness is immortality? There's a part of you that's immortal, the 5th dimensional part of you. You need to know that. That all true seekers must come to know. Death is the great interdimensional realm of the galaxy, the storehouse of my wisdom. It is the hidden treasure chest, free from fear, skilled at the arts of bridging worlds. I am the great destroyer of illusion, stripping the varnish of conventionalities that civilization overlays. Fathomlessly deep is the extent of my knowledge. I reveal all, that's an absolute, but only those who know can see what I reveal. The rainbow is my crown. Perfect is the order I keep. To know me, watch this, is to die to your false self, your artificial self that's based on time that don't exist, that's based on artificial currencies, that's based on artificial concepts of time. Somebody's getting something out of this. So the world bridger comes to us with a message. So this is a messenger for the day. So those of us that can open up our hearts to receive the message, here it goes. The attributes of the world bridger, which is the 6th archetype out of 20, is to surrender, release. You got to surrender and release the stronghold that you got, the guilt that you have, the whole ideal of anger that you got towards someone else. Surrender. right? Surrender to the entirety of the power of God in you. Release your judgments. Release your jealousy and your envy so that your soul and your spirit can thrive in this realm. So death is an attribute. Transmutation. We can transmute energy. I can take anger and turn it into love. Forgiveness through forgiveness. Humility, revelation. Those are some characteristics of this archetype. So when we see this as the kid of the day, we can say, what is it do I need to surrender to? What do I need to release and let go of? I've been mad at my sister. I've been mad at my brother. I've been mad at this person and that person. And they didn't pay me some money or they slighted me. Release it and let it go. It's blocking your evolution. And humble yourself, because guess what? Guess what? We're only using 1/1,000,000th of our potential. Humble yourself. The greatest of us, you ain't using 10%. So we still got to humble yourself. Right? So when we talk about ending old cycles, we want to use the Hierophant and death to write a list of the cycles that we need to break. So you got to look at your patterns. Every time this year, you do what? Right? Do you start overeating? What do you start doing? Over drinking, over smoking. What do you do that you need to stop? Right? And so this is a great time when people fall off on their workouts too. And then what happened? They start this psychology thing. Well, and pretty soon it's going to be Halloween. This is how this calendar gets you. That's why I don't follow it. And then after that, it's going to be Thanksgiving, because they're going to have a lot of parties. So I want to eat all the sweets. And then it's going to be Christmas. Now, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I know a lot of people are going to be cooking some good stuff. And then you're going to do 3 months of eating and to make a New Year's resolution. False time. That's why it don't happen, to lose weight. What's people's biggest objective at the beginning of the new Gregorian year? To lose weight and make money. And by the end of the next year, they're doing the same cycle. So what cycle did you need to break? Okay. So once you see what cycles you need to break, you need to make a conscious decision on how you're going to end it. Right? So you got to play it out in your mind and then you got to end it. So you may have to end some relationships that's not fruitful anymore. It's okay. You're going into a new level. Everybody not going to be able to come. Right? You may need to end some bad habits that you have. Maybe it's always waking up late. Maybe it's always you jump to conclusions. You need to end it, right? So whatever it is, that's what you need to do. And then watch this. Now you're ready. When you're ready to end the cycles. So if you're complaining about there's new opportunities that come my way. Oh, really? Because you are taking up all your space with these old opportunities that ain't producing nothing for you. All these old relationships is not doing nothing for you. So you ain't gonna get no new opportunities until you equalize by bringing death to the old that doesn't serve your evolution. It may have served your evolution a decade or two ago, but it ain't serving it now. So its time is up. Now it's time to create a new process in place. And soon as you make that decision and actually do it, there's 3 stages of how opportunities are gonna come to you. Watch this. 1, you're gonna find opportunities, and this is gonna be based on your skill set. You're going to be looking. Some people are going to be looking to do real estate because they think the bubble going to bust. Some people are going to be looking for new jobs. So they're developing cybersecurity. They're developing different skills. Okay. And then they're looking for jobs. They're looking for opportunities, right? Through jobs. They're looking for business opportunities, looking for investment opportunities, right? Second way, opportunities are going to come. Opportunities are going to find you. I love this saying. The words that you say, right, speak so loud that your actions speak so loud, nobody can hear the words coming out your mouth. And let me tell you, the opportunities find you because of your reputation, because of your track record. And so people are looking for people with experience so that they can find people who have a track record for something. And they say, hey, I got an opportunity for you. And they make you a what? They propose you. They make a proposal to you, right? And then if you can't find no opportunities, right? I've done this before, and ain't no opportunities finding me. Then the next thing is you create your own opportunities because you're an alchemist, right? I'm going to create a challenge, and that's going to create an opportunity, right? When you overcome the challenge, now you just created an opportunity for yourself to be a master and be in the spotlight and help a situation. If you're not doing any of these three, we call that stagnation. So the Hierophant, the World Bridger, is calling you to get more creative with how your skill set is for what you can bring to the marketplace. And what do you need to bring to the marketplace? I'm about to tell you. You need to bring solutions to the marketplace for the problems that people are having right now. Not the problems 5 years ago that you made money off of, not the problems 10 years ago. People are living in the past. Look at the problems of today and be able to provide solutions. And when you provide those solutions, you're going to be able to be compensated for those opportunities in the form of currency, in the form of resources and relationships. And those are all three components to expand and evolve your business dynamic. But you got to end the old cycles. You got to end the old habit about complaining about what's not. You got to end the old habit of dropping off when it gets hard, quitting before you win. What do they say? A quitter will never win and a winner will never quit. You got to stop that. Get mad and jump to conclusions with only part of the information. You got to stop that. You're going to miss an opportunity through completion. You're going to miss an opportunity through consistency. And in the Fibonacci sequence, if you're consistent, it starts out slow. Right? 0, and then it goes to 1, and then it goes to 1 again, because 0 plus 1 is 1, and then it goes from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, we're starting to grow here. Then 8 plus 5 is 13, and 13 plus 8 is 21. Then 21 plus 13 is what? 34. 55 after that. And so what happens is you start the quantum leap because you get the power of momentum working for you. But as soon as we have a little hiccup, as soon as we get challenged, as soon as something gets a little hard for us, some of us quit. That's an old cycle, an old habit that you need to kick. That's an old cycle that you need to end, because it's not serving your evolution. Ashe? Right? So in order to find opportunities, you got to have to exert your energy. You got to have to want an opportunity. You have to have the energy to want an opportunity, and you got to start searching, because there's other people searching. And then if you want opportunities to find you, then you need to be an expert at what you do. And you need to have a track record. And if you have a track record, you just know that somebody's going to find you and say, I need you. And here's what I'm willing to do to compensate you. And then we create opportunities because what? You're an alchemist. So I create opportunities for myself. Once you become a master, right? Once you become, your representation precedes itself. And you might have opportunity to find you, but they're not the right opportunities. Then now you know you got the power to create your own opportunities too. You'll like it and be fulfilled. Are y'all with me? The world bridger, studying in the 13 moon calendar, the archetype, the world bridger, is speaking to you and telling you to end these cycles so the new opportunities can come and keep coming. And it's the gift that keeps giving because you've opened up the channel and you left behind the things that are inadequate about yourself. And we have a philosophy of striving to improve your weaknesses and maximizing your strengths. And you're going to get some opportunities, whether you're looking for them, whether they find you or you create them. But that's how we must operate in order to advance ourselves. It doesn't matter how dynamic you are. If you can't create opportunities for yourself to advance your cause, then you and a few people are going to be the only ones that know about this. So it don't matter how cosmic you are. It don't matter how galactic you are. We talk all this stuff. Because some of us are so spiritually sound, we're what? No earthly good, because we refuse to bring death. We're cosmic hoarders. We're spiritual hoarders. We're holding on to ideals and traumas and things that won't ever let us advance. Is somebody getting something out of this today? I hope so. Because opportunity is calling. And it's calling for you. And let me tell you, when preparation meets opportunity, they say that's luck. Are you prepared for the opportunities? Let me tell you how I know one thing that can help you prepare in those old cycles. They're going to get in your way. They're going to bring up past traumas, and you're going to self-sabotage the new opportunity. And the universe and the subconscious is going to be scratching his head saying, okay, I just gave you an opportunity that you asked for, and then now you sabotaging it? So now you're creating a whole nother pattern for you to judge when it shows up, when that frequency shows up in your currency. Now, I have to say this because we all are dynamic and we want to advance, but there's rules of engagement on this gravitational plane. And it's time for us to take the gloves off and pull out the sword of truth and say, enough is enough. And now move forward in our strength, in our gift mix, and keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until we break through. And then we can keep being. It's about being too. Who are you? How do you see yourself is going to determine a lot of that as well. So questions, if you got some questions, I definitely want you to put those in the chat accordingly. While we're doing that, I want to announce and promote our New Kin orientation. Now, this is a different type, a different school of thought. All right. But Wednesday being hump day didn't give me no message from no Hierophant. It's hump day. So what? How is that going to help me evolve? Humping over the day? No, I need a spiritual message. I need a spiritual life raft. How many of you need a spiritual life raft? You need a resurrection. You need to be able to advance yourself. Well, you got to look at something beyond what's being shown to you, because what's being shown to you is just for you to be a plug-in in a program that's not designed for you to win. So tomorrow, attend our New Kin orientation. If you're in the first month or two of this cosmology, you need this. You know, I always say, if you had a good day, the New Kin orientation needs you. If you had a bad day, you need the New Kin orientation. Because we're going to talk about solidifying these concepts to help you override the programs that's suppressing and repressing you in a system that's expiring, so you can't even inspire. So we expire and got to go do the juice box in the car seat all over again, right? So we got to be careful about that. So tomorrow night, if you want the information, we put that in the chat, copy that, save it so that you're with us tomorrow night. Moon Goddess Ambrosia. There's nobody that I've seen do this New Kin orientation better than her. All right. She has taken this to a whole nother level. And so you're going to truly be in for a treat. I just like listening to her talk. Right. So I'm going to be on there taking notes. Me. Right. So make sure you attend that. Also, we're going to have an event in Tuskegee, the Healing Arts in Nature Festival, and yours truly, Neb Taharka, will be there. It's going to be incredible with Emory Douglas, who's a revolutionary. This is going to be very, 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 very powerful. With Masiki Scales, right? The Conscious Group is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of art there. So come down to Tuskegee. It's Friday and Saturday. It's going to be lots of fun. And I will be there as well. So we're very much excited about that. And on Sunday, kid number 70, we're going to do something called Amplify Your Purpose While Living in the New Time. Love empowers loyalty and stability. I'm going to say that again. Love empowers loyalty and stability. So the more loyal and stable we are, the more we love, right? The more we're going to stabilize our situation. So when these opportunities come, we can thrive. All right. I said, all right, so I'm going to make y'all an offer as well. So we're coming down to the last 2 to 3 days that we're going to actually you'll be able to take advantage of the classes. All right. So the classes are powerful. In fact, we're going to be in week 3 next week, our live week. So we have 6 each class that you see on there. Now you can only, if you're in the beginning, you got to start at the LOT basics, right? And it says H&P 421. The LOT basics is the psychology of a multidimensional being, how to use the law of time for that. The H&P 421 is the introduction to the synchronic order, so you can prepare yourself for telepathy and time travel. It's phenomenal. Okay, so here's how it works, right? Those of you that are just hearing about this, or those of you that have been dragging your feet, okay, here you go. You're going to buy one class and get 25% off, right? So that's $270 off for a class that's $360. And your second class, you're going to get for half off if you get 2 of them. Now, my recommendation is that you get the multidimensional self-psychology and you get the introduction of the synchronic order together, because you'll get up the learning curve faster, and you'll see how to apply it to everything you do much faster. So this is like an expediter system, right? It enhances everything that you do. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. We'd love for you, those of you that are interested, message me right away, because we have to manually input you into the system now. But let me tell you, when we do it, you're going to be so glad you did it. So glad you completed it, because you just advanced yourself more than 90% of the population right now, because they're not being taught this. Right? So if you got any questions about this, definitely email me, get your questions answered so you can make an informed decision. Now, let me just tell you this. This is in preparation, okay? This is in preparation for you to be a part of our telepathic group. So when we start the winter term in December, we're going to have on this list the telepathic remembrance group. And we've done that group 2 times. This will be our 3rd go round, and it has enhanced itself like never before. So you want to be a part of that group, to be a part of a group who are special in their skills and their power, and be working with them to help accelerate your growth. It's like flapping off the wings of the geese that's on the side of you flying on the web. Okay. So it's going to be a powerful experience. So you're preparing now to qualify to be in the telepathic group. Now, you can't just start and say, I want to be in the telepathic group, because there's some things you got to develop in terms of your emotional intelligence and things of that nature. So you can't say, I'm going to wait till the winter and join the telepathic group. You're not going to be able to get accepted into it because you haven't done the basic fundamentals to get there. All right, so we evaluate everybody before they join the telepathic group, because it is some serious responsibility for that group. Okay. All right. So very, very powerful. I didn't hear any questions. However, Does anybody want to just put a testimonial in the chat, something that you have been able to experience that's pretty dynamic that you want to share? You're welcome to do that. I know I've had several people. I had the privy to speak this past Strong In at the Mystic Fair here in Atlanta, and it was powerful, you know. And there was some quality folks there that really wanted to evolve. The first day we talked about time travel, so I was like, oh, this is right up my alley. I've been doing this for 8 years feverishly. I couldn't wait to get up there and talk about it. And then the second day was really powerful because it was entitled Woke But Not Broke. So the depiction is a lot of people who woke or conscious don't got no money, don't want to build nothing. So we were given some techniques on how we build and how we've been able to create revenue streams and how with our consciousness and our ability, so that we're not corrupted by the fiat currency systems. The cosmos is our currency. Our frequency is our currency. And our value to the community is to solve issues and bring solutions to problems. All right. So with that being said, be thinking about this information, and then as you develop testimonials for yourself, or you see breakthroughs, and some of you will have some breakthroughs. You say, I don't know if it was what he was talking about on Wednesday night, but I saw that opportunity sure came and I took it. I don't know if what he was talking about is why I just ran into a companion of destiny, and now I'm ready to rock with this person, and I'm ready to conquer the world. I'm ready to carry out my purpose. I got the support that I need, right? I don't know if it was what he was talking about on Wednesday, but my fibroids are shrinking. You see? My blood pressure reading is changing because you're going to get the insights that you didn't get before. All right? So if you find your questions, you get a question later, you can email me. The email has already been posted at nevtaharka@synchronistichuman.com. Listen, it's been a pleasure as well as a privilege sharing this knowledge with you. I love doing this. I love to see people empower themselves. I love people to see them stir up themselves and get crunk about being able to accomplish some things in their life. And so when I see that, I get charged up, and it gives me more fuel to talk about these evolutionary concepts more and more and more. So I'll leave you with this. In Lakesh, I am another you. Alakeen, you are another me. Hotep, Hetipu, and Namaste. And remember, evolution is the solution. I'll see you at the tip top. Peace.
It's just different.
I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies,